Our official measure of money, we're going to talk about in two forms, M1 and M2. So our measure of money, that the government has set up and created is simply called M1, is our first measure of money. And M1 is currency plus checking accounts. Checking account deposits. Cash plus accounts. This currency has another little layer of detail to it, and that's currency held by the public. In other words, the $100 bills that are held in that little drawer that has a big plate of glass or a counter separating you from the teller, that is not included. So vault cash plus cash on hand in the banking system is not included. So that's what we mean by currency held by the public, not in bank vault or the drawers. Not in the bank vault or the drawers. So not there. That's kind of in the banking system. So we're going to start to treat things by whether it's kind of out there floating around for transactions or if it's just sitting there on reserve waiting to float around for transactions. So that measure of money does not include savings accounts. Our next measure does. So M2 starts to include savings accounts, but before you write anything more, the most important component of M2 is M1. We're just going to start adding on other things. So it's M1 plus savings accounts plus money market accounts. Plus time deposits. Otherwise known as CDs, certificates of deposit, time deposits. Certificates of depression is what Dave Ramsey calls them, because the interest rates are so low that you just kind of wonder if that's the best place to be putting your money. So what a time deposit is if you buy a 6-month CD, maybe you've heard of your grandparents doing this, or because a lot of times they might do it, or you might be parking cash that you know you don't want to touch for a little bit. The idea is you give it to the bank for a fixed amount of time, promise not to take it out, and they give you a little bit better interest rate on the money. So that's a certificate of deposit. And then if you pull it out early, there's a little penalty involved. So substantial penalty for early withdrawal if you see that advertised on TV or radio. That's what a time deposit is. But it's fairly easy money to access if it's needed.